Okay, but now that I'm thinking before I just do something. Okay, so we are working on a D&D map to catch up to speed. I think I messed up and did some things I wasn't supposed to through the last stream for whatever the hell you call it. Um, but okay. We're working on a D&D map involving the Yuan-ti, which are snake people, which are, I believe, I'm going to make this clear that I'm not 100% sure, based off of Aztec stuff, because snakes are pretty heavy in Aztec culture, what I do know of it. So I'm just kind of looking up architecture, specifically to rituals. And now that I've kind of looked at that, it is instead time to move over to this template. This is going to be the big ritual section, which happens to take place on a roof of a medieval castle, because in the current lore, the Yuan-ti matriarch, gender is important, is married to a vampire, very Dracula, meets Alucard levels of like charm, but not a good guy like Alucard's a questionable good guy, but we got a ritual. So okay, so you can see there's my pen stroke. It's working. I just have to apply more pressure when I'm doing this. Okay. Oh man, I should have organized this better. My brain is struggling right now. I'm not used to doing art streams. I've done like a few, but this is the first time I've had a effective setup for it, even though I'm not happy about my setup. And I could have used this right down here to design my dungeon. But this one, I barely understand how to use, and I don't want to futz with it for an extended period of time, when what I can do is draw assets and a rough idea of what we've got. So we've got a rooftop, and it's kind of a castle, so it can be... So we could, in theory, have, like, a circle, and then there's, like, the ritual taking place here, and you could, in theory, do something like, okay, well, that could work, but I personally don't think that's a fun design. So we're actually just going to... Oh, I can just... Oh, man. I have not futzed with Clip Studio in a while. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I accidentally made this an animation. Oh. Oh, we're just going to start a new file, actually. Oh, we're going to delete this. Yeah, do not save. This was me practicing a little while ago. Unimportant. Well, so, we're going to use this for sketching, for some ideas. So, like, our initial idea was essentially we have, like, this square, and that's the roof. You have a ritual table right about here. That's not direct center. I would fix that. It would be different assets, and I just move them around. In a different program I have that has a lot of graphic design training, because graphic design requires perfection in angles, measurements, etc. Really good for building D&D stuff if you make the art assets. But, so that's boring. Oh no, I hit that button again. Nope. Okay. Well, And if we were going off of a more Aztec design, it actually goes off of the pyramids. Well, not like Egyptian pyramids, like Aztec architecture wise. You get a lot of these like squares, and then like there's essentially stairs that come up, and like that's how you would more or less design it if it were more Aztec in nature. But the Yanti in the universe I'm running, I haven't fleshed out outside of Sylvia, who is the main big bad guy. And we'll just draw like that because it's altar. This is how you do it to be more natural, and this one would actually be more like there are some circles because you've got the ramparts versus the spires. But we're kind of going with a more gothic castle, which means we've kind of got more of like this kind of architecture is like your roofs, and they're like this, and they're triangles, so they're steep. You can't really put something on top of one of those. So the real question is, how am I going to counteract that? And as I was thinking about it, I think I know how we're going to fix this. And this is, you guys are watching me do like an insane level of, I don't know what I'm doing, let's figure it out as we go with this drawing. So what we're actually going to do is essentially this section is going to be like this upward section illusion. And that means that we can instead, essentially, when you look at it like flatly without the illusion active, I get to have like these really nice fun spires going like this. And then you know, here's the roof, other section of the spire. And then you've got like rituals, and there will be obviously enemies there. So this is kind of like a good idea of how to design something if you're new to D&D or dungeon designing in general. Is just think about like actual real life architecture. Oh man, all of these are animations, aren't they? Well, that's fine. This was an ideation phase because you got the shimmery stuff, that's the ritual. So we kind of know what we're doing now. We got a roof and file new. It's going to be over on a different page. We're going to turn off moving illustration. Cancel. Oh, and you'll also notice I'm drawing on gray. This is because it's better for my eye strain. And also it makes it so lights and darks are more effective when I draw them. We're going to call this roof ritual. And there we go. We've got this map. Let's see. So we know it's a rooftop ritual. So, like, this is a more refined sketch now that I kind of know what I'm doing. Actually, where's the rotate canvas? I think it's in view. Rotate / flip. Rotate 90 degrees. Perfect. So this is our rough thing. So now normally if we were drawing it just flat out in this document, you'd want these areas right here specifically to be ignored, because actually no, it would be fine because we're doing digital and it'd be in a digital format, but if it were printed you would need roughly the barriers. So we're not going to keep those there because obviously it's kind of just an explanation I showed off. So, the important thing is there is a ritual. And, this is the Bleeding Eye of Yeeds, is the creature that I have kind of made up. There might be some connections to real life things that I'm not aware of, but I have called them Yeeds. And the first time they were introduced, they were essentially in a pit of liquid. Like, that's what it was in. Like, this dangerous pit of liquid. And they were then, like, there was Concentric, I think is the right word, circles. So we're kind of going to use this as like a general rough idea of the initial design. We're going to actually do a new layer. I don't know how. I don't know what's a raster. What the fuck? I'm gonna go with raster because that makes it so I can hide this. Or how do I adjust the opacity? What I normally do. I also don't normally use my tablet for drawing. My art. I use my iPad because I have Procreate. So now we're using black because honestly, this system works better with black. At least with my visibility, various things. But that's kind of what we had going on initially. We're actually going to just make this a very bright blue color. And we're going to draw a more kind of what we would expect from the area. Where we're going to essentially have like this rectangle and these circles that come in like this. Because these are spires. So we'll do that. We'll also move this down to 50%. And we'll do a new layer. We'll switch back over to black. Now we can see that. So, what this tells me when I get down to it is, because we're going to be drawing assets, we're not going to be drawing the map exactly. Because I will design the assets and then we will add them. So, spires, well, I need reference. So, in a different page over on my internet browser of choice, which is Firefox, as you can see, right down there. Because you guys can see my lower window bar of all the things that I use. Or somewhat use. Okay, so we're going to look up Gothic Spire oh god, I can't spell. Texture. Okay. So now, what I see on this is, like, if you're looking from the front view, a Gothic structure is essentially, they do these specifically triangles with their arches like this. But in it, you have essentially, like, there's some circles, and these have designs. These are closed circle designs. But then you have these open designs right here. And they tend to have, like, a star flower design, for lack of a better design, inside of there. There tends to be one here. But there's also, like, it's not exactly a cross. What was that sound? Oh, my roommate's home. Okay. So you got that. And then they'd kind of do these things down the way, etc. And the important part from this reference I'm looking at is they actually have these parapets here, which are these, like, simple this. I heard noise, so I kind of came to a guess who didn't design any of the maps for Sunday yet?
You?
Yep.
Why not?
Because I'm dumb.
That's fair.
Also, I went to the doctor today, so I'm multitasking, and this is a stream.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now that I'm back. Now. Okay, so I was actually wrong in my understanding of Gothic architecture. Which, honestly, is great. Because the Gothic architecture looks so much better. No, I had the right idea, actually. I was just looking at the wrong thing. Essentially, spires. So there usually only tends to be one big spire. And most of Gothic architecture I'm finding is specifically cathedrals. Now, this is the part where realism is broken for the actual design. We are not going to do a castle. We are going to do it as a mixture of a castle and a monastery or cathedral. And I now actually have a change of plans looking at this because there's a very specific spire I'm looking at that I really like the design of that essentially has this giant square section with so you got crossbeam, sections, arches over it with a giant point right in the center. That's going to look really cool. At least when it comes down to combat. So we are going to I don't want to delete. Flatten, transfer. I don't want to delete the layer. I guess I'm going to delete the layer. Whatever. Okay. So we're actually gonna... Do I have any good marker looking things? Let's look at Dave Greco stuff. Maybe. Oh, my computer does not like that one. We're not using that one. That one's too, No, that's a really good illustration pen, though. That's not gonna work. Nope. We're gonna just, we're gonna do this, because we're gonna, essentially what you've got is, there's this pillar right here. And you've got essentially there'd be a pillar here and here. But right here, dead center. We could have a ritual table. I don't like a ritual table though. So you got this. That's kind of the railing. Outside, here's the moon, because that's important for the encounters that are going on in this area. I might be doing concept art. No, I need to make an actual map. But anyway. And then right in here you have... Oops. Fuck. No. I don't want the eraser. How did I do this? Is this... No. There we go. But you got a ritual circle. Kind of, we'll give it a more, like something like that. This is essentially the big crux of what the design's going to be. We're going to hide this layer, create a new layer, moving back over to my mechanical pencil choice. And undo. Okay. So we got to design a ritual circle. So we got a circle. Now we're gonna kind of design what the ritual symbol looks like. And this is gonna be our first like general asset. I will clean these up using a different program that's better at these solid lines for these kinds of assets. Because again, it'll look better. Because this is an oval for one, because technically I would need to bring this side in like a little more. So it were more like that. See, I'm not the greatest. Now, we're going to twist iconography that people recognize. So, of course, inverted cross, notable for being the symbol utilized by, I think it was Paul, who didn't want to be crucified like Jesus because he didn't think of himself as important, worthy. I don't remember the specific terminology. So he was crucified upside down. But now I can do this, and we're gonna just essentially, when we get into the more detailed design, we're gonna have this as a different kind of, this will probably be a red. So we're just gonna write red. And honestly, it's either going to be white or black, so I'm just going to make these notes, or black. And essentially, when we get to the point where I think I have enough assets to know what I'm doing, I will kind of do my thing. And I will open it open in the project other than that, and then I'll show you how I kind of am thinking. By the way, this is me trying some things program-wise, because if this works, I might have just found a quicker way to do stuff. But we're just going to make one final note, which is ritual circle. Because we have a ritual circle. That's what this one is. New layer, hide the ritual circle. So we know we need the ritual circle. Now, we're also going to need stairs, like as an asset, which are kind of simple, but I'm not great. Gothic stairs is what I'm going to look up just to see what they kind of look like. Okay. So I could justify a spire if I wanted to, honestly. So instead of like that, you would have like right here, there is this. No. What you would do is right here would be the spire in the corner. And it's, I think you do this and boom, boom, boom. Stairs. And that's the spire. That's how they could come up. Which is interesting. So, like, those are some ideas. Not the biggest fan of them. Um, hmm. Undo. We're just gonna undo all that. So, because stairs, honestly, when we get down to it, is something I'm gonna just look up actual resources of professionally done ones, because I guarantee you I can find many stair icons that are simple with PNGs online. Because the fun thing about this adventure will never be published because it is the most improv I have ever designed. So, I think the spire, it honestly, the ritual circle is the only thing we need for the ritual map. Thinking about it, because essentially, well, we'd have barriers, and the barriers would kind of just be these would be barriers. Looking out. And let's see. What else do I need to design? Well, so that actually means new project. Yep, those are fine. We are going to go into view again, rotate, flip, 90 degrees. Perfect. So that took care of the ritual on the roof. We have a dinner scene. These are like the 3 encounters that should happen. I know for sure one of them will be used immediately because it's the start of our next session. The next thing we have is the dinner. Now, I will obviously need a table. And it's going to be one of those really long tables, is my current thought process. And it'd be essentially like this. We have like, oh, here's the food. Here's like the big turkey or pig or whatever. You know, it'd kind of look like more or less this. And you'd have chairs. Kind of just like, yep, perfect. Squares. Awesome. They look 100%. We're going to actually look up Gothic style feast. Because we want to see kind of what the idea is. Because again, to anyone who's an artist, use reference, you'd be surprised the many amazing things you can learn. Just from looking at a reference. Okay, so that is the wrong type of Gothic. Let's change it to Gothic period. Because my dumb brain didn't think, oh yeah, Goths are a thing. Nope, that's a Gothic drawing room. Okay, well, that was not helpful. Okay. So, we're going to just stick with this kind of vague idea. But this is like the no duh. Of course you need this resource. We're hiding that. Chairs, table, we already knew we needed those. Let's go with... Well, we need a ritual circle again. But this one is going to be different because it's a different style of thing. Because a circle is a little too obvious. The players know there's going to be something happening. So if we were to take just the inverted cross again, because this is bottom, and this is top, kind of our area. But if you were to instead do like this, no, no. See, actually, what's going to happen at some point, I've decided at this point in time, the tablecloth will be ripped off, and they will find etched underneath it. Oops, that was a bad line. Our symbol. So we'll actually end up making our resource just the symbol, but that will trigger. So we can new thing, this one, delete. We don't need it. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm realizing that I'm just dumb, and actually most of it is just simple. So, excuse me. I think we're actually done resource-wise for this one. Now we have to actually design something, not just as a few assets and then applying them to like rectangles or circles or squares or whatever shape we have. We've got to design a church. Specifically, though, this is a church for one of the player characters' gods. Now, I have been playing Elden Ring, and there is this very specific church you go to that that didn't work. Reset. That I really liked the design of once you got to the rafters up above. So this is going to be a two-story thing. So, up above, you essentially have, it literally has sections where the scaffolding you're walking are this. Is just the way it's designed is a cross. When you look at the empty space, and then below it you essentially below it, like this, is just this rectangle. And there is an altar right here. Like, this is more or less what you got, and then you fight like a giant guy here. So we're going to kind of use this as our basis. An altar we need, I actually will just build using Dungeon Painter Studio down here. Or Dungeon Draft. Sorry, Dungeon Painter Studio is a different program that I have also tried. I haven't really found one that I love. So essentially, what we're actually going to be designing are walls. So we're actually, the only asset I will be building for this encounter is this. So we're going to take a second as I reorient my screens and such a little bit. Gonna move this here since I'm not going to be using it. Bring this to the forefront so I can see it. But then, gonna open up a program called Affinity Designer, which is a solid program if you don't want to have one of those like Photoshop where you have to subscribe. Let's see. New document. We just want a square. Let's do 5x5 square. Create. Okay, well that's gonna be fine. We're gonna make new source, screen capture, add, new source, main screen. Screen 1. Done. And we just hide the... So the way it's designed with my current thing is I can just off and on like that. So, how is it that I set guide? Was it view? Guides manager. Now we're going to add, simply put, these guides right this. Why can't I see these? Layers. Oh god, this is a... why can't I... Nope, that's not what I want. New layer. We're gonna grab, using... Nope. Because we just want that. This color. Where's... Man, I have not used this program in a while. We'll just grab a square. Do this. There. Perfect. It is gray. It is not going to be a strain on my eyes. Now, stroke. Black. Circle. Undo. We want, let's say a 3-point font. Brush. See how that looks. Perfect. We are going to show guides. So we now have our circle. I want this to be more geometric and good. So we also, guides manager, we're going to add 2 of these. So it's we're going to change it to 0.5. Oops. And 4.5. Because that'll give us half an inch of leeway as we do that. So you can see we have like this simple grid, which is these 4 squares. We want a circle. So, okay, I see. Undo that. You do it like this. And I use these guides just because they've... I fucked up the guides. View, guides manager. Yep. There we go. Because there we go. We have a perfect circle. Now, what if I made that stroke, oops, white? We're going to stick with black. So now, we actually need the pen tool. Because we're making a cross. So that's what... okay. Back to black. I could have just... Okay, whatever. Nope, undo that. I'm gonna actually... I'm gonna stop closing this window, I think. Guides Manager. We're gonna just put it right here so it's not... can I adjust the window size? No. Okay, well. It's on a different window. It's just me doing various math. Adding 2 of each. Let's see. I'm going to take this arc glove off because it's doing nothing for me right now. I'm going to do 2.75. Oops, that is not 75. equal. Yeah, that's good. 2.75 again. But we're also going to do a 2.25. Yes, perfect. On each. Because that gives me this little squares thing in right here. That'll just be useful for a different thing I plan on doing later. But this is primarily because our cross is gonna be okay. So here. Okay, I'm gonna adjust one of these vertical guides to be 4 inches instead. Nope, undo that. That was the wrong one. I need horizontal. 4 inch, because that will. Yeah. We're actually gonna change this to 3.5. Yeah, I like that much better. Because we essentially do that. And I will actually have to go back in at some point and adjust this because it is currently overshooting the circle. We're more worried about how it looks as an asset. Roughly. Because another thing is, these are going to be small, so I'm not too worried about perfection. So we now have to make a different thing. So I actually want to... Okay, what's between... So 1 inch? Oops. I closed the guides thing by hitting enter. I'm actually going to want them in the vertical range. From the halfway point, I want between here and here. So what's halfway between 2.5 and 4.5? Would it be 3.3? Let's try 3. No, it would be 3.75? This is me doing math, essentially, to figure out the things. So it should be 4 and 3.5. Because you want them to connect. Well, I'm going to try something. Trying this, and I'm going to see how I feel about it. Oh no. Okay, so 2 new one. Oh, Jesus, didn't need to do that. Well, I needed to do one, but we're essentially doing 3.5. Oh, I already had one. And 4.5. Oh, wait, no, I'm an idiot. We do 2 here, and we now go 1. Yeah, 1 and 1.5. Yeah. Because now when we do this, we get this. Wait, I figured out the solution to my confusion. This button, fun. Okay, this one, we are going to, how do I delete this? Here, delete. Then I'm going to click this asset, and, oh God, delete. Okay, so we're now going to take the pen tool again, and, oh, wait, I'm dumb. Before we do it, red. I need a, that red's kind of a, we want more like that red. But essentially, you do it to here. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Hit. Hit to there. Oh, I should have. Well. Okay. Well, now I gotta get this son of a... Let's change this to a nothing, because that's what it should have been. Okay, how do I do this? Now, I don't know how this program works well enough. Fun. Let's... Now, if I'm right, if I take off the guides, we just have this pretty solid thing. So we click here. We should actually be working here first, because hide you. Yeah. Nope. There we go. We add a point there. We click this point. Cut. Nope. Control Z. What the fuck? Control Z. Oh, wait. Why are there... What's up with this? What's this? What's this one? Where'd that one come from? Okay. I don't know where that came from, and hopefully that's the only time I have to deal with it, but knowing my luck, it won't be. Oh, I should... Oh, shoot. Select all... Not... So I want them all to be... squares like this, because that looks better. There we go. So we're actually... Okay. That works so much better. Oh, I did that in the worst way possible. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. This is... Maybe I shouldn't have streamed this. Because this is a lot of me just going quiet as my brain's trying to do... essentially math. But yeah, this is gonna work. So click here, just move it up like that. Click here. Yeah. This is also me just fumbling around, I'm realizing. Okay, note to self. Oh, no, don't. Don't break the straight line, please. Okay, cool. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, I'm dumb. Hold shift. But now... we're gonna pull open the tool. Fuck. That ain't gonna work. So we're actually gonna try doing that. Because now... Here... Fuck, that didn't work either. Oh, God. Fun. Fuck, why is it red? You're supposed to be black. No, the ellipse has to stay there. Maybe what you do is, if I hit all of these together, and we group them. No, that isn't what I wanted. Well, let's try that again, actually. Then we take here to here. Stroke needs to be black. Alt. Okay. Unfortunately, we're having to do this the less than ideal way. Control. Yeah, unfortunately, we're doing this a less than optimal way. But that's fine as long as we get what we need. So hit there. Okay. Fill black. Unzoom. Let's... I want that circle itself to be thicker. And, the best way to do that, would be to go back into showing the grid. And I come over here. That is not the grid. You know what? I think that'll still work. Okay, it's auto-filling it. Don't like that. It says it's not going to, and then it does. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, but how do I fill in that section? I don't like that. Okay, well, screw the grid. I don't use this program at all for a reason. It's because it's a lot of just math in my brain to make it work the way I want it to do. Fill mode. I don't know what that means. You know what? I don't want to deal with this. This is too complicated.